Also with the WNBA playoffs and finals, been catching that here and there when I can because the timing for that league needs to be revamped so much.
Yeah. We got to talk about the WNBA finals at least a little bit because oh man,
I want to talk it's
the
been
Aces,
fun.
The Aces are so fucking good. Like oh my,
it's literally
we've known they've been so good, but they actually like beat the brakes off the Liberty in game 2.
Yeah,
Katie Warriors type of stuff.
Their first quarter was insane. I gotta find it. Their offensive rating was
it's like 200.
Yeah, it was around the 200s, I think is what it was.
That's ridiculous.
Which is just absurd.
Especially considering like the shortened quarters too, how they're a little bit shorter. 200 offensive rating for any stretch of time is fucking nuts. And this is without Candace Parker too, who played like a big role for the Aces early on in the season. She's been injured for a while, and the Aces are still dominant. Asia, Asia Wilson,
best player in the league.
Honestly, the best player in the league. I thought Asia should have won MVP with how good she's been and how good she continues to be, and how she just like completely dissected the Liberty defense to where they didn't even have like anything that resembled an answer for her. And like the Liberty, I thought had a pretty good game 1. A lot of that was because of all those threes that one player is making. I forget her name right now. Yes.
Johannes. Okay.
Those really threes were crazy.
Yeah. Did you see LeBron's tweet about her?
Yeah.
It killed me, dude, because he was like, it's like the background of it was like, he's like, she's got a damn cannon on her. I'm like, whoa, bro. I was like, you gotta watch the wording on that, because he's like, man, she's got some cannon. I'm like, holy.
Oh my god.
I was like, Bron, buddy.
He's an old head.
Yeah,
he is. Those threes were crazy. Also for
she was hitting she shoots them like off of 1 foot leaning, and I'm like,
the form is so nice too. Like the shot just looks so good. Like the arc on it is great every single time. Also for the Liberty, Jonquel Jones, their center, like dominant in the paint, on the glass, like even like stretching out, hitting some mid-ranges threes. She's a super good player. I thought she's been good like all year for the Liberty, but like really in game 1 I thought she was looking like dominant. Game 2 the whole Liberty team just couldn't really get it together. Sabrina Ionescu just like had very little impact on the game in game 2, because like the shots weren't really falling, and she's not the best defender. And you saw like the Aces guards just kind of like hunting her down.
We saw that was an issue against the Sun, I believe, right? With Ionescu, she was getting cooked that series, even though they came out with a win. And but now she's getting fed to KP and Chelsea Gray, which are one of the best guard tandems in the league.
Yeah,
and they're cooking her. They are, and it's like it's a mismatch for everybody, but especially Sabrina, who struggles on the defensive end. She's got a long road ahead if the Liberty want to do anything.
Yeah.
And also the WNBA got expanded, right? They did expansion.
Yeah,
they confirmed one team, I believe.
Yep. And so the Bay is getting a new team that's going to be owned by the Golden State Warriors, and I think they're gonna expand to another city. From what I've seen, Portland is looking like a potential option for that. I think Denver's been in the mix. I think for conversations. Sacramento, maybe, if they wanted to add another West Coast team. I maybe just like bring back some franchises that
got shut down, right?
That got shut down.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Like Sacramento getting another team would be awesome, because those Sacramento fans are crazy, and I know they'd go so hard if they brought the Monarchs back. So
yeah,
cool.
That's how Portland would be with the Fire, dude. Like we're all like, that's what we want. I know the city has had a huge want for the team back. They had the commissioner tour the whole city, tour the Rose Garden. tour the grounds, all that. And I know there's been reports about it ever since. People are pushing for it. The Fire would so be welcomed in Portland again. And
I don't know.
sure it
I
would
don't know
be
if
a lot more successful.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this, but like when I was in Portland over the summer, we were driving around and I saw this billboard that said like bring the WNBA back to Portland. And I was like, they should honestly, because I think Portland would be a great market for it. I think WNBA expansion is great, especially if you can get it to like a big market like the Bay Area, because I think getting people, getting big markets interested in the game is just big, right?
Yeah, and also like expansion's very much needed from the business side of the WNBA, without like outside of the actual monetary value, but like the talent pool in the WNBA is so small because there's not enough teams to support the actual players in draft. Like first round picks are being like players are literally being waived within like a year and a half.
Yeah,
and like it's just expansion helps that. It's the same thing that the NBA is going through, obviously to a little bit larger of an extent because of how big the NBA is as a business. But like the talent pool is only getting bigger and bigger, and the people who are supporting the league is only getting bigger and bigger. So and I think a lot more basketball fans, especially NBA fans, are supporting the WNBA now. So it should be. It's an exciting time for that league, and it's such a young league, and people tend to forget that.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I was.
It's only like
20.
It's only like 25 years old.
Like it's not that old.
96. 96.
Yeah, I know.
Open.
I definitely feel like at times I've kind of taken for granted the fact that like my home state and home market has a WNBA team, like the Lynx. I went to more Lynx games this summer than I ever have been in a single season. And watch them on TV and in the playoffs and all that. So WNBA is awesome. And if you're listening to this and you like aren't tapped into the WNBA like that, or maybe you're thinking about trying to get into it, but you aren't, watch the finals that's going on right now, because like there's no better time or series that you can really pick to start watching. Game 3 is going to be in Brooklyn. I can't remember what day it is. Is it today, tomorrow? It's coming up.
Yeah, I don't know the schedule. I know their first game was placed during NFL Sunday.
Yeah,
like
which
prime
is
time NFL Sunday games, which
12 p.m. Sunday 12 p.m.
So
right in the middle of the
which is unfortunate timing. But if you can, if you could break away from football for a bit, check out the game. Because it's gonna be fun. I mean, the Liberty have just a crazy offensive team. The Aces are like a historic offense and defense, but the Liberty are like 1B to the Aces as far as like team construction, and they have the MVP Brianna Stewart on their team, Sabrina Ionescu, who is one of like the most famous basketball players in the world, honestly. John Quell Jones we talked about. They're a good team.
Great offensive engine. Sabrina is like, I'm trying to think of like a good player comparison, but she just can score and play make the hell out of the ball, and she struggles defensively. So it's like, do what you want.
It's like Trae Young a little bit, honestly.
Trae Young, and then Brianna Stewart's like Kevin Durant. Like
she's so good.
she's just a big that can play like a guard and that can play defense. So it's like, think of a Trae Young type player with Brianna Stewart. I mean, with not Brianna Stewart, with KD comparisons. This offense is not something. It's not something that exactly. The offense is electric. So seeing the Aces make it difficult for them is, like you said, it's a historic defense as well.
Yeah, for sure.